But I'm sure
Sagot tuloy na.
I'm sure you welcome the decision of the president to hold off on the loosening up, right? Or do you? I mean,
Well,
oh,
for the Healthcare Professional Alliance, it's for us semantic kasi what we call it eh. We can actually open up the economy in the setting of GCQ. Kasi if we open up in blocks na ECQ, MECQ, GCQ, MGCQ, the new normal, we're committed to make a lot of changes. No? Pero palagay ko we need to leave that concept and just think we can gradually evolve into a new normal, whatever we call the different phases. Eh, yun nga yung problema namin. Whatever we call it, parang we're not evolving, di ba? We're not evolving into a new normal.
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough.
okay,
What do you mean?
what would that new normal look like to you? I mean, what is that? Setting aside nga the names for it or the labels,
Yeah.
what would that look like
In our
exactly?
discussions, there are 3 cross-cutting strategies that define the new normal, how we do things. Our business, whether talking of education, religious ceremonies, non-essential activities like going to movies or shopping, 3 cross-cutting changes. Number one, yung
Travel, but wala.
Yeah.
Travel yung nilulusin eh. Yeah, okay.
active transport as an option.
Okay.
Right? We've needed it for the past decades because of pollution and traffic. But now we need it more. Kasi biking and two-wheeled light vehicles and walking, these are the safest modes of transport that will not only control this pandemic but prevent future pandemics. And that's not happening fast enough. Hindi ho nagagamit yung funds sa bayanihan to allocated for that. No?
Yung second,
The
yung
second.
second one will be yung ating internet access, no? Yung parang akala natin hindi related, no? Pero actually cross-cutting yan across different fields, no? We need it for education, di ba? Kailangan mag-evolve na yung ating educational system na that will have remote access, di ba? Tapos kailangan i-restructure, gawing bago yung curriculum, and therefore we need a lot of online access. That's one. And then ating healthcare din, kailangan natin ng, di ba ngayon, telemedicine na. So, ang daming islands in the Philippines na not reached by our healthcare delivery. So, importante yan. So, and also businesses, how can we have, di ba? Ang dami natin ngayong online businesses.
New business opportunities
business
online.
opportunities, mga work from home, we need to make sure na that can be done. And hindi lamang yung those who can readily access. Dapat kay mahirap ka o mayaman, maganda na yung internet access
60%
natin.
of the population have poor or no internet access. And all it's going to take is an executive order from the president na yun sa ang tagal-tagal na nun eh. Sana magawa na kasi it will open up so many opportunities for education, for business, and other things. Tapos just to complete, yung third is open space. No? Ibig sabihin, imbis na shopping in malls, putting up pedestrianized streets. Imbis nagpapasyal tayo sa mall and shop in closed areas, we can shop in the open, no? So open marketplaces. Pag nakita niyo yung drive-thru sa sa harap ng Santo Domingo Church, may parang market doon. Drive-thru market siya, you can buy your vegetables and your fruits without ever getting off from your car, no?
So even schools, di ba?
Even school
Kailangan
can
i-restructure, gamitin natin yung mga open spaces.
Yeah, so yung 3, whether you're talking of essential or non-essential activities, we think we need to evolve into a new normal. Ang biggest fear namin is emerging from this pandemic exactly the same Philippines, exactly the same as we were when we entered into it. That will prolong the pandemic and predispose us to the next.
But of course, I'm sure people will say, but those are long-term goals, and I'm sure the government will say, yes, of course, we're moving toward that. But in the immediate, in order to arrest the decline in the economy, we have to make these hard decisions, which is precisely that. Are we going to open up or not? And how much, if ever, we're going to open up?
They're not long-term, Lucci. There's so much low-lying fruit here. If the president signs the executive order liberalizing satellite access, internet service providers all over the country can access, dozens of low-lying, low orbit satellites that are near us and provide internet access to even the most far-flung area.
Sa mga islands, no, na
Oo,
hindi pwedeng lagyan ng cable.
Yung pop-up lanes use existing infrastructure. You just need to paint the bike lanes and put even temporary protection. And open space, alam nyo, they did that in New York so quickly. Yung
Times Square.
Kunwari, Times Square used to be a thoroughfare. They closed it. And it became a pedestrianized street filled with people
And
who...
the stores became more, di ba,
Akala
profitable.
ng businesses, their businesses will suffer. The business peaked because Times Square was turned into a pedestrianized street. And they're doing it in Europe, in Spain, ang daming plaza, hindi ba? It uses existing infrastructure. It takes political will, but I don't believe it takes a lot of time.